button is right there. Hello. Welcome back to GT&H. So real quick, if I sound like I'm a little more quiet than usual, it is because I have a headache. I've had a headache like all day. But the show must go on. The show must go on. Yeah. Anyways, I actually spent a lot of time off camera fixing up a good amount of stuff in the base. Mostly with trying to get the component Assline going. And yeah, I did get the controller. But as you may know, this man is incredibly expensive. And all of these casings is not too bad, but the worst part of it are these assembly line casings. This doesn't look expensive at all, right? But once you get to like UHV, yeah, they're pretty pricey. So I've been spending like pretty much the entire week on and off the server just checking on some of the stuff that needs to happen for this to work. And one of the things I did was try to batch craft like 500 UHV circuits and 1,000 UV circuits. And it made good progress. The base has not shut down, but it is really struggling. Struggling time-wise. If I check our fuel, because if you were here last week, or if you saw last episode or last two episodes, we completely ran out of fuel, but it looks like it's been keeping up. And that's because another thing that I did off camera was I dealt with our infused gold issue. And that's kind of giving away how I was able to deal with it. We got B's for this now. So I can check over here. If I check the B for it. Inventory. Where are you? Somewhere here. Yeah, infused gold queen. Sweet. I did not want to do this on camera at all because bee breeding is a little bit of a thing, you know. I had to get a whole bunch of planets, but this wasn't actually too bad because we're at a point where we can do this a little easier. And I have a little setup here that, you know, help me do that. And pretty much I'll give you the quick rundown to it is we've got an apiary, right, to do the actual breeding. Mutatron to like skip the annoying breeds. And then a genetic imprinter with some good stuff so that I can basically force the any bee to work with this apiary. That way I don't have to deal with like, you know, bees being too cold or too hot or whatever. I can just imprint them so that they accept any temperature. And it made this process so much faster. So that might be something we do pretty soon is get Kevlar. And Kevlar's not too bad because Infinity Catalyst is like, now it was something that I was, you know, avoiding, but now that we have a good amount of the bees, it should be a little easier. But we'll come back to that. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel all these recipes because this is very expensive stuff and we need the machines to continue working. I also had some maintenance hatches being crafted. Just got to wait for that to actually craft. I'm trying to think of what else I did off camera. It was a good amount of stuff. One of the solutions to infuse gold that I was thinking of was making void miners. But I figured that it's just way more worth it to use bees instead. And I think that's pretty much confirmed. And this guy's doing pretty good. If I check here, everything is dealt with. We have... Hang on, I may not have dealt with that. I may have to put that over here. Oh, you know what? There's something I forgot to do. Actually, no. We did. 8.7 million coolant. Yeah, okay. So I should be able to put this here. I forgot about that. Okay. So what else do we need for these component casings? We need 43 of them for the multi-block to actually form. And you can see here that we can craft it It's just that I don't have big enough crafting storage to do this. And also, a lot of the stuff we're missing is things that we have to make over time. So stem cells is a passive process. That's not an issue at all. We have that pretty much guaranteed, I think. UU matter is also a passive process, but I may have to fix up our UU matter production because it kind of relies on scrap. And right now, we don't really have a good way of doing scrap. Unless I just haven't paid attention to this. Oh yeah, okay, we're just really waiting on this to actually kick in. Let me check over here. Okay. So if I turn that back on, let me just double check this. Because our scrap should be turning on right over here. Not enough. Oh, you've been stuck this whole time. You need a bigger item storage space. I have a 4096. I might as well. This is overkill, but there we go. Okay, so now I'm turning all this stuff to scrap. That's also what I kind of decided for the scrap production is to scrap things that I don't really care about. So like magnetite and tetrahedrite. Yes, this is technically like over 60 million, like about 60 million iron, but we're getting so much iron from the check here. We're getting so much iron from the farms that I don't think it really matters. Yeah, this is more than enough than we need for now. And if I have issues with 29 million iron, then there's something else happening. All right, so that's UU matter pretty much dealt with. And then another thing we need is, let me try to craft it actually. Is cosmic neutrons, 640,000 of them. It's kind of crazy how expensive this is because we already have 60,000 ingots and it's still asking for more. It's so expensive. So yeah, pretty much everything is neutronium. Bedrockium too. So really the only way we produce neutronium right now is somewhere. We produce it two ways. We have this plutonium something to break down the black plutonium into cosmic neutrons, and then we have our little this guy over here, which it's not bad, but I don't know if it's as fast as the other guy. So I don't really know what a better way of getting cosmic neutronium, because how you're supposed to get it. Oh, wait. Is there a B for this? Well, this is our answer then. All right, we're getting the B then. I answered myself. Okay, let's get the B. Maybe I can even produce a ton of them and just get a inappropriate amount of cosmic neutronium. Yeah, let's do that. So that's pretty much the objective for today, is to build up towards the component Assline. And once I get this, it's going to make making all of the component parts way cheaper, especially the super expensive ones like, you know, UHV and above. Yeah, I need to get that going because we need to continue. And then probably after that is going to be Kevlar. And then we should be ready for the Tier 9 rocket. And then get Tangum and then UEV components. Yeah, I remember you were working on Aqueduct. That's right. How's that going? Hopefully better than what I did before. So I need neutronium. Oh no. Okay, we may not be able to get the neutronium. B enjoyers might understand why. Neutronium. Cosmic neutronium needs neutronium, which needs to quadria, which I'm pretty sure we can get just like fine, right? Yeah. But it needs americium. Yeah, enriched Nakoda is pretty good to have, but you can process it even further to other stuff, I think. I think it's that emulsion stuff that you need for the Nakodal fuel, I think is what you do, and whatever. But it's a good step. It sounds like you're doing way better than what I did. I didn't have nearly that much Nakodal until like a couple episodes ago. Anyway, so yeah, bee enjoyers are gonna realize, or they're gonna notice that we hit a wall. And this wall is here because to get Americium, you need the Compact Fusion Computer Mark II as a foundation. That man is kind of ridiculously expensive. So, yeah, it's going to be a little rough. I'll leave this crafting, though, because I need those maintenance hatches. Okay. But I still need to commit to the Cosmic Neutronium because we need Cosmic Neutronium. But realistically, the other option we can do is just set up a ton of centrifuges to break down all of this black plutonium. Because I have 4 million of this stuff. And we'll do the math here. If I do 50% chance to get a cosmic neutrons, right? Plus 20%, plus 10%. Wouldn't that technically mean there's a 30 plus 50? I'm just going to guess an 80% chance to get a single piece of cosmic neutronium or tiny pile. Right? So if it do 4 million times 0.8, we should be getting 3.2 million out of, centrifuging all of this. But then is the question, okay, how long is it going to take to do that? So there's two options we can do. You go down that route, centrifuge all of our black plutonium for the cosmic neutrons, or grind our way to the cosmic neutronium B, which involves having to get compact fusion. I think I might as well do the compact fusion one because we're going to need it anyways. So let's work on that. That's what I'm looking for, right? Compact fusion computer Mark II. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think this is that bad. This isn't bad because I also crafted a ton of UV circuits ahead of time. Yeah, okay. No, we should be ready for this, actually. It's a good thing I crafted those ahead of time. So something needs these crystal processor mainframes, and I don't know why. It's not you. It's you. I think it's both of you. I'm just gonna break this. And then try crafting it again. Yeah, I think we can get this done now because this is only a ZPM recipe. We should be able to complete this just fine, honestly. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, the recipe has been modified. I need to make basically all of that. So I need the 47 Fusion Control Computer Mark II. Oh, guess what? We actually have another one that's just been here. Yeah, I don't do anything with this. So I'm gonna take it. Do you have a... No, you don't. Hang on, what? My guy, there's like 16 ZPM energy hatches in here. Just take them. Forgot about this guy for a while. That's 24, never mind. I'm gonna leave this guy here because we kind of rely on it for our helium plasma. But I will break everything else. This was where our first fusion reactor was located, and then we kind of moved it away. But I never really, bothered moving it until now. But we should be able to use all the goodies here to help us out just a little bit. Pretty much all I need is the super tank. I think that should be everything. Okay. So want the compact fusion Mark II. And yeah, let's just start making patterns for this stuff. So, I don't know what else I'm going to need to craft this. I don't know if I should craft everything in one batch. No, just craft one at a time. Well, no, that's just craft everything in one batch. Any UV circuit. 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Right? Yeah. Craft them in batches of... I need 47 more, right? What's 48 a good number that 48 is it divisible by? I know there's 2, right? But 8? 8 it is. Craft in batches of 8. And that's just to take advantage of the Assline that we have. Yeah, it's just because of our what do you call it? Our situation with our Assline. The advanced Assline, that's what it is. For it to run parallels, it's best to just separate it. Or have multiple crafts at a time. Okay. So that's crafted, and then iridium reinforced plate is an electric implosion compressor. We'll also craft in batches of 8. Right there. How do Asslines work with the data bank? You need to have a data bank transmission connector. You can turn optical fiber cables, but you cannot cross them. Like if I cannot connect these two together because that would technically mean they're both crossing. So we actually have 2 of them, right? The transmission connector and then the attached to assembly line reception connector. And then, of course, you just recommend using data access hatches to store all of your research. That's done. Molten Mar CEM2 whatever. It's like this. And then high durability compound steel. I'm guessing that's also ingot, yeah. Okay, and then high computation station Mark II. Reactor heat vent is atrocious to craft, so I'm going to use aluminum rotors instead. Might as well batch craft this, right? This goes in the precise ass. Can a P2P tunnel transport 64 amps of LUV? So I'm not 100% sure of the rules behind the P2P, but I would imagine so because that's pretty much what I do with mine. I have one 64 amp UHV dynamo hatch, and then one 16 amps, which is technically 64 amps of LUV, and that's what I do use. But I don't push all of it out. I know there's like a loss associated with them, but I don't know the rules behind that. I think it's like 5% or something like that, but again, I don't know how to prove that. We put this in the small gear right there. Okay, how about now? Bunch of other stuff. All right, we may need to do something about Tiberium because we're out of Tiberium. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem though. I just need to set up the a miner out there and on Ross, I think. Unless there's another way to get Tiberiums or B for it. Doesn't look like it. No. So I think I'm going to set up an ore vein for Tiberium. Shouldn't be too bad. Unless there's another way to get this. Nah, I'll set up a mine in a little bit. I actually have 250,000 Ty. What a big flex. I had so much of this stuff. And it's really how much you get. Oh wow, 78,000 per. That's pretty good. We had a lot of it, but I think I took down the void miner. I stole it for something else, and I just haven't put it back. So let's make one. Gonna make a void miner and set it up out there. Actually, it might even still be there. Let's go say hello to our void miners. Okay, we have this guy with our saltwater. Yeah, saltwater is this guy. And we have a void miner somewhere. Did I tear it down? I might have torn it down. Hang on. Let's go. There's a drill over there. I think this is our helium-3. Yes. This guy is working still. Okay. I think I did steal the whatever. I think it was this way. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to find my rocket from here. Yeah, so an example I can give is, for example, cosmic neutronium is an ore that has a chance to spawn in Horus. All right. So what the void miner does is it pretty much looks through all of the available things that can drop from this planet, and it just straight up gives you, like, I think it multiplies the weight of it and the chance it generates, and it also includes small ore. So there's a chance you can get small, or not small ore, but like a full ore block of tanzanite. There's a chance for that. And then depending on what tier of void miner you have is how much of the stuff you get. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have a dude out here, so I'm just gonna go back home. That's a good question. I think it's LUV actually. Yeah, LUV. But you need to be able to craft CPM circuits reliably because they're pretty expensive at that point. So each void miner is what, minimum 36 CPM circuits at early on. They're pretty pricey. Oh, I remember the main bottleneck behind this was tritanium. I remember this because tritanium needs, I think, a fusion, Mark II fusion. Yeah, so you're gated behind the Mark II fusion. And I think once you get that, you should be able to get the void miner. So I'm crafting a void miner, right? Because I'm gonna need one. Yeah, it'll finish up eventually. Yeah. I think that's why I had to go through a tier 5 water. So I've been pretty far in the pack, right? Late UEV tier, and I'm still at tier 5 water. I haven't seen the need. I haven't been forced to make anything else. But once I am forced to go to tier 6 water, I'm going to redo the entire water line. Make it full passive, because right now it's level maintained, and I don't like that. Exquisite diamonds. And super dense europium plate. Now just do like that. Sure. This is also a compressor. Actually, let's reduce the count because it's going to make too much. We'll do 16. Yeah. Right there. Tiberium, we need the void miner for that. It'll finish crafting soon. And then high durability compound steel is a mixer, right? Uh-huh. Just going to make a little bit. So another thing I did, I forgot to mention, was I actually got rid of the mixer. We had a mixer over here with a bunch of, I guess you can call it a biblically accurate mixer. It had a ton of interfaces. So I actually got all of the patterns over here. I extended the universal automation for this, so now we have like a ton of patterns. Put that guy there to make high durability compound steel. And we need the Tiberium from the void miner. So this guy is almost finished. What are you stuck on? Nothing, you're just slow. Hurry up. I did have a maintenance hatch, and that's also something I've been doing off camera as well. I'll be crafting like 10 maintenance hatches overnight, and then I'll just go around replacing things like whenever I see something damaged, I'll just replace it. Let me see if I can find an example, but there's a lot of machines with auto taping now because of that. So I kind of just skim through every machine, and if I see that there's damage on one of them, I just give it a auto taping maintenance hatch. I don't think I can find an example because all of these already have it, I think. Like this guy. I don't even know what you're doing. Oh yeah, this guy's important. Oh yeah, you're absolutely important. You know what? Enjoy. Just an example. Okay. Hurry up. I think I want to increase the batch size of crafting neural processing units, honestly. Yeah, because we're crafting these by the boatloads. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to cancel the recipe and try to fix the batch craft for this. Yeah, we're crafting 16 at a time. No. We're not cavemen. 64. And you know what? Everything else that's involved in this, I need to increase it also. So this goes in the Assline. You can go anywhere, really. They're all the same one. And then I need to be able to craft all of this stuff in one batch. So this is already done because it's the PCB factory. Who cares? Stem cells is a passive process. Reinforced glass tube. I think I'm already making a ton of this. Yeah, but I can make even more. Yeah, do 1024. There you go. Because I'm trying to make a stack of you at a time. Well, that's too much. Like that, right? Yeah. So this is a fluid solidifier. Solidifier ball, right? Yeah. Hello, Fracky. Tiny PBI. Why do I have 22? I'm not going to complain. That's actually a really good amount, but yeah. Extruder, tiny pipe. You can get upgraded as well. I want 512 at a time. Thank you. And I put this in the extruder. Tiny pipe. There you go. Enriched Naquadoc casing. I can double this a little bit more. Make 256. Increase the pattern so my stuff crafts a little faster. This is extruder casing. And then thin silicone rubber sheet. I can definitely increase you as well. Make lots of you at a time. And that goes in the somewhere bending machine. bending machine. You're using thin silicone rubber sheets with 1024 silicone rubber sheet. Oh, okay. So you do go in bending 1. And then tungsten steel bolt. I can definitely increase you as well. Hang on, do I have a bolt solidifier? If I do, then I'd rather use that. I do. I'd rather use the solidifier. It's faster. At least I'm pretty sure it's faster. Right there. Solidifier bolt. Right there. Yes, not really doing a lot of stuff in that bolt solidifier. Okay, so if I try to craft you now. Well, let's try to craft the void miner. There we go. You can probably increase that as well. Okay, so while that's crafting, I take a sip of water. How's everyone's day going while we're waiting for this conversation time? I was invited by some coworkers today to play some tabletop games. It's the first time that's ever happened to me where I've been, invited, because usually it's the other way around. Because I've always been like a fan of tabletop games, but it's really not that easy to find people who are also into it, and that's kind of understandable, right? Because it's a lot of rules, So I don't really blame anybody for not wanting to play that. And good. I saw my grandparents. I went to the pit of ice and melts during the winter and freezes in the summer. Nice. So the game that we played was it was called Vantage. It's really interesting. I've never really played any like co-op tabletop games, because most of the tabletop games I play are competitive. And I say competitive like kind of lightly, because I'm not a competitive person, and it's just all fun, right? Fun in games. But the Vantage game is pretty interesting because it's like kind of an adventure thing. You're a group of explorers who get stranded on some distant planet, and you're pretty much like blindly exploring the planet, picking up its secrets and things like that. But it's also a co-op game, right? And it's really interesting because it like takes place in the first person, as in all of the the things that you're witnessing on your character, the other person can't necessarily know exactly what's happening because it's in the first person, if that makes sense. So it's like you're pretending to be on a radio. So I can be like, for example, where I spawned in that game was, my escape pod fell directly into the water. So I was pretty much drowning at the very start of the game. But, they had no idea what the card looked like, what my environment looked like. All they knew was like, oh, hey, I can't breathe. I don't know, but it was pretty fun. We lost our first mission because we just didn't know what we were doing. And it was just good fun. Had a good time. And then I just came back home, and here I am playing some Minecraft. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's something that'll happen more often, I think. Like, I feel like I'm part of like established group of tabletop game enjoyers, and it's really the first time I've experienced that. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna play some more games. But that was pretty much the only one we played. There was another one that we planned to play, but the first one kind of took a while to finish up. It's called Galileo Galilei, and it's like referencing the actual astronomer. It's pretty interesting. You're like building it's like a city builder kind of. I was interested in playing that, but we did kind of run out of time. I'm pretty sure I increased the pattern for this, or are you too slow? What's going on here? Oh, absolutely. It's also really tough to do that because everyone has, especially when you get older, people have families, they have work. It's tough to plan around it, right? Totally understandable. And then, I'm in Texas, and if you know anything about Texas, it's a massive state. Everybody is at least an hour away from each other. Your neighbor is like 30 minutes away. So the travel is pretty tough too. Like I had to drive like 30 minutes to get to my friend's house, which isn't too bad, right? Like Texas time, that's right next door. It's fine. I can jam out to music in the meantime and so on. All right, you need to get upgraded. You are extremely slow. So what are your rules of power? I think I might be able to give you a bigger energy hash. Let's try it. Well, let me check your rules first. It's advanced. Assline. Is there a minimum it requires? Do I dare just give the 64 amps of UHV? How much is that? UHV energy hatch. Don't tempt me because I will. 2097,152. Let's check this. 2097,152 times 64 is the heck is that? Is that 134 million? Yeah, right. Something like that. That's a little bit too much power. But I can probably 4x the power, but it's not that easy either because we're going to have to give this a bunch of things. Yes, it can. So you have to type an equal sign and then space and then your equation. So 1 + 1 = 2 if you didn't know that. But you have to have the space because if you don't, it counts as a regular chat message. So you have to have equal sign, space, and then, yeah. It's pretty useful for some quick stuff. But it doesn't really work well with big numbers because I don't really know what 10 to the 8th power is. I'm pretty sure that's 100 million, right? So I'm pretty sure this is giving me 134 million because it's 1, 2, and then million. Yeah, this is 134 million. That's too much power. We're not generating anywhere near that. Well, no, we're generating pretty close to that, 100 million. But not that much. It is quite a lot of power. So I'm going to hold off on this. It looks like we'll finish it later on. So I was actually talking about this with a friend last night. Thanks for reminding me, KGN. All right, I'm about to sound like a mega nerd. So there's this calculator. It's the TI-89 titanium. It carried me through all of my 4 years of undergrad school engineering. And the story behind how I, got it is it's a very short story, but it's pretty funny, I think. So I was I was usually known as a math nerd, right, in high school. And there's this award that that my high school did. It's called Who's Who. I don't know if that's a thing that's in other schools, but the Who's Who reward was pretty much like, hey, this guy is kind of smart, I guess. And it was a reward by the teachers for the students. So I got that Who's Who reward in my senior year of high school. And what was my prize? A TI-89 calculator. Loved that thing. Such a good calculator. And I still have it. I turned it on for like the first time in a couple years yesterday. Found some AAA batteries and turned it back on. It still works. And there's a time where I programmed, I think it was Super Mario 2, the one with the sun. I think it's Super Mario 2. I don't remember too much from Nintendo games. But there's it probably could run Doom. Like, I was able to run Super Mario on it. But, it's not something I'm gonna, try to do. It's been a while, right? But all right, emitter LUV. Let's increase your crafting size, I think. Let's increase your crafting size so it'll be a little bit more. It's just a random thought that I had. Yeah, just a little bit nostalgia trip. Going back to that calculator. No, not that. I need the void miner. All this for a void miner. Hurry up. You installed Doom on your robot vacuum. Is that what that gyroscope thing you were trying to figure out was for? I remember you tried to do that a couple episodes ago. Okay. If I'm gonna set up a void miner, let's go ahead and get the AE2 supporting stuff over. We do have enough power. Okay. Which is all of this stuff pretty much. The quantum. Actually, no, I don't need it because we already have. I can show you real quick. We already have the void miner out here. Yeah, this guy over here. And I can just use that to move the power around. Yeah, so I'm just going to dig out a space over here for the void miner to pick us up Tiberium. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, shush. I will always laugh at machines that run for like 1 second. It's so funny. They just boop, boop. Listen. Boop. Stream share. Hang on. That's so funny. It's like so overly excessive. I love it. Boop, boop, boop. I fell in love with the sound fusion reactors make. That's that low hum, like a low pitch noise, right? Okay, this guy's starting to bother me. Look at him go, look at him go. Okay, you are starting to bother me though. Let's go over here. I can't run away from this guy. Is my void miner done? No, okay, we'll come back to here, but the idea is that it's going to be set up right behind this guy, and we already have AE2 connection over here. And that guy's purpose is to get Tiberium ore. I don't know what else can be found on Ross. The thing is about the Bartworks planets, or Bartworks dimensions, I think. They're not very helpful with telling you where stuff is. Like what can be found on those dimensions. So like found out that you like furry ASMR videos am I a weird person? I don't think so necessarily. People like their vices, or it's not the right word to say, but people like what they like. That's always been my opinion. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, you're okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I can't really look at what planet or like what stuff this gives. So I think I'm gonna have to find a Tiberium ore, because that's really all I care about on that dimension. And I don't want to deal with all the other garbage that might show up, because there's gonna be a lot of garbage. And I'd rather not deal with it. because there's going to be a ton of stuff here, and then I'm going to have to deal with it with my ore processing, and I really don't want to set up more filters right now. Let me check, actually. It's been a while. How are your filters looking? Okay. This bus has no cache stacks. That is a good thing to see. That means there's nothing stuck there. We can even check over here. I didn't mention it either, but on the last episode, or not last episode, but like off camera, pretty much yesterday, I got the ore factory working a lot better. And I say that because the advanced docking bus actually has a little bit of a quirk to it that I figured out. So when you right click it over here, the minimum stack size by default is like it's set to 1. So, which means it'll pretty much just pull everything. But because of that, we had ores piling up because the stocking input bus, like, I think it prioritizes the least amount of items. So it was just getting all the stuff that was down here, which didn't have a lot of items. So I was getting like 11 million appetite getting stuck here. You know, I had like almost 1 million lutetium, I don't know how to pronounce it, that would just never get processed because the stocking input bus just kept picking up this stuff down here, which had nothing, and we get items faster than we actually process. But if I set it to something like 512, it'll get all the expensive stuff first. So it's going to process this stuff up here, and then it'll wait for something else to get 512. And that really helped us out. I was able to clear out that, and now we just have a bunch of ingots there. And I also set this out to run faster. I'm putting it on the Maester 8 centrifuge because we're getting way too much resources. I know there's never enough resources you can get, but for our purposes, yeah, we were getting too much. And this setting is like 3 times as fast. So I was able to clear out all of my stuff. Can you make bismutite ingot in GTNH? I don't think so. You can get I think it's considered a gem, but I don't think you can get the ingot out of it. And that would actually be very useful for centrifuge or electrolyzer, which needs a specific amount of material to process. Yeah, so yeah, it's just one of the things I've learned here. It seems like it prioritizes the least amount of stuff first, but doing it this way, 512 stack size, this is arbitrary. And in fact, I actually chose, this number isn't actually arbitrary. It's because I based it off of the maximum parallels that this guy can handle at this power I'm giving it. That sounds like a lot of words, but it was dealing around, I think, 5,200 items on max parallel. So all I did was divided 5,200 by the amount of stacks here, which is 16, and it gave me a little under 512, and so I just rounded up to 512, and that seemed to fix everything. What's my logic behind that number, or why I did that? I don't know, man. I just did it and it works. Oh, you're stuck. You're not stuck, you're just slow. I think we can craft wetware processors a little faster, right? Because right now we're doing, I think, this recipe. We're doing this recipe. I should be able to do this recipe for... But this is just slow. No, this is faster. Yeah, I don't think we're making these living crystal chips, but I easily could if I used a laser engraver and a biocatalyst medium. I can do this actually, but I'm going to hold off on it. It's cheaper circuits, but I think it's a little slower. Yeah. So I won't worry about that. I don't remember this taking that long. Is that really the slower option? It's the cheaper option, but not necessarily the better option. Mm. Oh, it's because of that. Does not lose efficiency when overclocked. So yeah, this option is going to be a lot faster, but this is more cheaper. Actually, because I'm not using the wraps, this might be the better option because this guy is annoying expensive. Yeah. Okay, we'll fix the recipe then. Let's do it. Does the laser engraver have... I can actually probably replace this with a stocking input hatch. Let's do that. I think that's getting a little expensive. You need a lot of circuits. Okay. I'm going to wait for this to craft, actually, because we need the void miner. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this. Never mind. Come back to this later. Ayo, capacitor. Cool guy. It's one of those electrolytic ones. Man, we always have those. So that's one of the parts we use for our the product that we build at the assembly line. Those guys are always giving us problems. They're directional, right? So like, if you put them in the wrong direction, it has issues, and it's kind of really hard to like prevent it from happening. I don't know. It's not my process, but like, it's still funny that I get affected by it. But it's 3.3. Isn't that massive? I remember. I forget what class it was. I think it was there was some university course that I took, but it was pretty much talking about the physics of capacitors, and it's like you physically can't get above a couple like micros or something like that because the amount of material you need is funny. I think it's like 1 farad is like you would need like a tennis court or something like that of a metal plate, two of them. It's something like that. I remember that. It's been a while though, but yeah, that I remember 3.3. Anything above a couple of micros is pretty massive. I think that's why you don't really see any like millifarads, right? I'm only speaking from like past memory. May not be completely right. All right, this guy's finally finished. Okay. There's some caps with 1,000 up capacitance. Okay, so I might be misremembering something. I don't know what my professor was talking about, but I remember him saying like, it's not that easy to get really big capacitors. I mean, it was like, when did I graduate? 5 years ago. It's been a while. It's interesting stuff though. Okay, we have the void miner now. I can put this guy down right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just put him right behind this dude. I don't know how I feel about it being this close, but you know what? It'll fit. It'll work. Oh, you're missing casings and... Really? Oh, it's because of you. There you go. Okay, I know you're pretty much built. Okay, so you're going to have the auto taping maintenance hatch. Go ahead and put you right here. And because you are a void miner, you just need an LUV energy hatch. And so, Jericho, if you're still interested about the void miners, they can only run at 1 power. So this guy will always consume 32,768. And I think the same goes for all the other drilling rigs. It's not a variable amount of power. That's a neutron accelerator. I need the energy hatch, this guy. And then get a transformer. So it might not be very good with power draw. Just keep that in mind. Or power loss, sorry. input CPM. So we're going to give this guy a P2P. And look at this. This is just another example of how I'm moving power transdimensionally. So we connect it to our capacitor, and this guy is connected to UHV power because that is a UHV energy hatch. And if I were to do the same thing for this guy, it will absolutely explode. You don't want that to happen. So what I would do is make sure input CPM, and I just have to connect it to the CPM. So we change this to energy and connect this to ZPM power. Right there. And then you need a output bus. Yeah. And then we're rich. Let's just use a stocking input bus, honestly. Or I don't want to wait for you. You're getting a regular one. Yeah, sure. And it's an expert bus. It doesn't consume that much fuel. So for these guys, you also have the option to give them the different kinds of... These are all noble gases, right? Neon, krypton, xenon, and organocin. I don't know about organocin. I'm assuming it's a noble gas as well because it's the same trend. But really, we have xenon, so I just feed them all xenon. They run a little faster. And you get more output. There we go. And then output bus. Like that. And then I'm also going to give this a... Can I filter the output bus? I don't think so. No. So what I need to do is... Well, you're not going to run yet. I'm going to try to find a... Okay, this guy's kind of starting to annoy me. I'm going to leave. How do I get out of here? Up here. I'm going to try to look for an ore. Because I want to set the filter for the controller. I'm looking for my scanner. Okay. Tiberium right over here. So there's some tiberium here. I just want the ore so I can put it in the scanner. Right there. You need my Silk Touch pick for this. Thank you. That's that big booger picker pro. I forgot about you. No, we're looking for Nama factor CEU greater than GT and H. You guys remember this one, right? Thank you. So that gives me Tiberium ore because that's all I care about. Mark. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna warp Ross 128BA because it's like the same place. Okay. And give this the ore in the controller. No. You need the input bus. I'll check the link in a bit, KGN. Give me 1 second. I'm on a tangent over here. Thinking. Right there. Okay, so this guy's going to be mining Tiberium because that is all I care about. Put this guy like that. And there you go. And then to make sure that this never shuts down, you get a machine controller. And set this to disable with redstone, and then every minute. So I don't really have a good response to that, but that's just what I'm going to do. And there we go. So now we have Tiberium ore being processed. There it is. Okay. Link. Mouser link. I like Mouser. Isn't Mouser a Texas company? I don't know. Big capacitor. 220 fair. How do you do that? I don't really know a lot of the rules behind them. Anyways, we have our void miner guy mining that. And this guy's for salt water if I need it. Salt water, which is definitely due. Okay, and then I'll just come back for I'll just come back later. Let's go back home. And I think I'm going to have to set the filter for this guy. So we're going to get some Tiberium over here. Yeah. You're going to have a 4096. I'm out. Uh-oh. Not that expensive, actually. So you go... Oh, we already have Tiberium dust. Never mind, we're done. I'm pretty sure you're filtered already. I'm gonna have to look through all of this, right? Okay, does it work like this? I'm curious. For example, this guy has stem cells. If I search for stem cells, does it highlight it? It does not highlight it. Oh, that's a shame. So do I have Tiberium somewhere? I hope I do. I may not. Minor mines from thin air? Yes, it does. Unless it's out here. I don't actually know where the Tiberium is going. I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Like once we have enough to actually process it. Yeah, once we get enough, it'll work. Okay. I guess one thing I can try is pick up Tiberium. I just need to make sure that it's going somewhere. So I can put it here and then take it out and then try to do this. Okay, it's going somewhere. I don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. Unless it's getting voided. If it's getting voided, that's not very good. And it's not getting voided, so it's going somewhere. I'm not going to worry about it. We have storage for it. I'm at EV tier. Should I automate ore processing? Absolutely. From personal experience, yeah, I recommend getting ore, like base resources. So all the basic stuff like dust, iron, copper, and aluminum, and whatever. Every basic dust you want as much as possible. Makes your life so much easier. And I like to always say that my playthrough is a pretty good, it's a pretty good example of what not to do. I will take pride in that. My playthrough is pretty good in showing people what not to do, as in don't take the lazy way. No. I actually spend the effort of like getting your basics down. It's gonna help you out so much. Yeah, I remember you showing me the dupe glitch. It's with like a, I guess I don't want to show it here, but it's like it's using something to dupe, right? I don't dupe myself. I don't really believe in that, but that's more power to you. Okay, so we have a source of that, and I should be able to craft the Mark II fusion. I think that's all we needed, right? No. We're still going. Okay. So we're almost done. We actually are pretty close. We just need the flawless diamonds, which should be regular diamonds. I think I have a ton of this. I don't have any diamonds left, but I do have the dust. Yeah. Do 512 at a time because I can. I craft now. Okay, I still need the high durability compound steel. This guy is made in a vacuum freezer. How fast are you, or how slow are you? You're pretty quick, honestly. Make, I guess, a stack at a time. And yeah, let's do a stack at a time, sure. Are you circuit 11? Yes. There you go. Now I can craft it, I hope. Yes, I can. I just need to wait for Tiberium to show up. So ignore missing crafts and go for it. And with this, I should be able to get the americium. We just need lutetium. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lutetium and chrome, which we should have both. I also just put all of the bees I have in storage because it's just easier to search for them like this. Because before I had like all the bees just lying around in multiple chests. I say that and I have a couple of bees, but you know what? Let's just get them all out of your bike. This is only a buffer chest, so if I need to do the swarmer mode, I'll just take everything out of here and put them here. That's pretty much all that's there for. Okay. Okay, we're gonna wait for this to craft. I don't know if this is gonna finish in time. I guess we'll wait around and find out. But it's a pretty good time for me to take a quick break. So I'm gonna do that. Stand up for a little bit. And we'll be right back. Yeah, let's take a break. I'm gonna drink some water as well because I'm getting a little thirsty. Okay, be right back. Thank you. Six times 9 is 63. You don't need a calculator. I know my math sometimes, so I need a stack of flint, in other words. It might help out if I have some here. I think I do. Oh, yes, a lot. Oh, look, I already had the flint. Okay. Okay, so we got it built. Pressure poop injector. It's very cramped in here, right? But that's okay. I'm gonna put the thermometer on the floor.
Oh, Spike! It went over 5. It went over 5.
Get out, get out, get out!
I can't. Open the door!
I left the book in there. I left the book in there.
It's over 5. It's over 5. Get out.
Dude, you scared me more than the ghost.
Oh my god, dude.
Hello, are you possessed?
Oh my god.
I'm
hearing
singing. I hear something. I hear something. Where?
Oh,
Where?
my heart.
Oh my god!
I
I saw something. I saw something.
I saw something.
I saw something.
I'm going out.
Oh my god. I'm fucking running out. Fucking
Open the door.
I don't know what to do.
I think you had like a cowboy hat.
I don't see it. I'm fucking running.
Oh god.
I'm running. Where are you guys?
We're outside.
We're outside.
Oh fuck no! I'm by myself in the house. Run!
Guys, I died.
I dropped my EMF reader. That's right there.
Oh, I made it.
I'm so scared. Man, if it let me put down my water bucket, I would be steaming through this course right now. Okay, no, I'm okay though. I'm okay. Too close. What? It was nothing. I put myself through danger for no reason. Sorry, this is so funny. I don't know how well that's gonna come out. Hello, I am back. I have returned. So, yeah, check out the progress of this. Yeah, it's pretty slow. And it's pretty slow. Let me see here. There's like any way I can speed it up. Probably. There's probably definitely ways I can speed this up, but I'm gonna let this craft in the background while we do some other things. There's a lot of things we can do in the meantime. Yeah, for example, the whole point of this was to get Americium B. And this is also going to be huge for us because we're always running out of Americium. And with that said, I can even get the Europium B. It actually might be something I do right now because if I'm crafting a ton of Europium, yes, this is slow. Let's do it, Europium B. Because in order to get this, all you need is actually Compact Fusion Mark 1. We have one. It's like right there. I think I can use it while running. I hope. We should be okay. So let's try and get that. So to get Europium, I need hydrogen and neodymium. I don't know. I don't think I have hydrogen. I'm pretty sure I have neodymium though. I don't have neodymium. All right, bee breeding on camera. It's a lot faster, don't worry. I figured out how to make this a lot easier with the Mutatron and like all the other supporting machines here. And our World Accelerator as well. Makes things so much easier. I don't think I have a Rare Earth Princess. I've never seen this before. No. Fluorine and redstone. I know I have redstone. Only drones. That's fine. And I need fluorine. Nope. We still go. Nitrogen. Hydrogen. Nope. Hydrogen. Nope. We're still going. Oxygen. Hydrogen. No, I don't have any of the fluid bees, I guess. Helium. I have helium. I know I have the noble gas bees. And then I need dragon essence. Don't have dragon essence. Oh, we're going. Ectoplasma. Maybe I don't want to do bee breeding right now. How far is this? I know I have Ender as one of the default bees. Do have and dust. I don't even know why or how I have it, but I guess I have it. So you see here that it needs all of this stuff. No, I can just throw it in the Mutatron. It'll work. So I just need to throw an Ender Princess and End Dust in there. Easy. So this is where it gets funny, because if it says ignoble stock, I can't just throw it into the genetic imprinter. I would love to throw it in here, but because there's a chance, I think it's like 80% chance for this to destroy, I need to get a lot of these. I need to get a lot of princesses back. And that's what the Mega Apiary is for. So I disable machine, shut it off for a little bit. And then take out all of the bees. Don't click too fast because your game will crash for whatever reason, which is how it is. And so all of these bees are there, and then I can put this guy here and run it on swarmer mode. And then for it to work, you actually need to feed it royal jelly, which is something we are producing by the boatloads. And there we go. So this guy's going to make me a couple of ectoplasma princesses, and then I can use those to try and get a good bee out of them. And then I just pretty much, combine it with the majestic drone to get as much as possible. So we throw it in here to have a chance of getting good traits so that it actually works in here. And if I check the traits of this bee, I know that now it has longest, blinding, all the good traits. Flower type is flowers, and then the effect is nothing. That's the important one because I don't want to destroy any of my stuff here. So just run it like that, and then just basically keep going until I get a drone or something. So we have ectoplasma, right? And then I need to get arcane shard. Not arcane drone. We need arcane shard, which is thaumic shards and dust. Use that and end dust. Okay. Try and do this one. And then mix and match. So I'm looking for pretty much a princess of this that is pristine princess. Now I'm thinking about it. How can I... How do I get a pristine princess out of this? Oh, you know how. You know how. Yeah, first you get a purebred of one of these bees. All right. Yeah. What are you talking about? No, go back here. There, now you shouldn't care. So try to get a purebred of one of these guys. No. Still no. Try again. I'm just looking for a purebred drone. There we go. And then pretty much everything else I don't care about. Go away. Because I'm not looking for ignobles. So which one's the purebred? It's you right here. Yeah, you. Okay. And then we try to find a pristine princess of whatever we want. Meadows is probably okay. And then I try to breed that into everything else. So here we go. Genetic waste. I killed the bee. Wait, how did I get genetic waste? Why would you even need this? Oh, rest in peace, bee. I didn't mean to. I'm looking for any purebred bee. It really doesn't matter. There you go. Okay, so that's purebred, and I can combine it with this guy and try to get a ectoplasm bee out of here. There's a lot of probability to this, but it's just better than nothing, really. So if I check this guy, your ectoplasma and Rocky. Now, I don't know if it cares about like which trait is dominant or not. So if I were to combine these two, will it work? I'm curious. All right, because we're looking for arcane shards, which is ectoplasma. No, and dust and thaumic shards. Did I do the wrong one? I think I was looking for end dust. Yeah, I did the wrong one. Okay, we have a ectoplasma, I guess. So I'm looking for something else. I need end dust. Thank you. I don't even know how to get this. Oh, like that. I'm just going to put everything back. Okay, restart. Okay, so I'm looking for a pristine princess. Probably a lot of the rocky bees are pretty good. Like that. So I'm trying to get a purebred and dust. None of them work. So basically just put them wherever. And then of course you don't like that. Thank you. It's a lot of back and forth with the anything bee related, but which is a good one? It was this one, right? Yeah, and then I can just throw it in here. Thank you. I killed the princess. Poor princess. It's so funny. But at least we have a good drone. We'll use that drone for later. I think that's what I was supposed to do first. I was supposed to make them both really good bees and then combine them and then now they're just going to be really strong. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So this is where I'm curious. If I throw an end dust with thalmic shards, how does that work? So end dust princess with thalmic shards. How strong are you? Are you purebred? Yes, you are. Okay, it does work. It only looks at the dominant. That's really good to know. So we have arcane shard now, and then I combine it with ectoplasma. Okay, we have a bunch of bees here. So this guy's pristine, and then if I check your stats, you should be weird stats. So we throw it again in the imprinter. And there you go. And then I can throw it in here and get a bunch of goodies out of it. So now this guy is a pretty good bee. And the next step is to combine it with ectoplasma. I'm not really going to concern myself with storing, like, mass producing every single bee, because I honestly don't care. Alright, because the next bee, ectoplasma and arcane shard. Go for it. Dragon essence. Just like that, right? And you know, the right thing would be just to find, like, the appropriate area and then just make a ton of drones so that I always have extra, but nah. Okay, so this guy should be pretty strong. There you go. Maybe I should run it twice. Yeah, okay. Just in case. But there you go. So now we have dragon essence. And then for oxygen, we need helium and dragon essence. Helium. We only have drones here. And then pretty much just combine this and this. Yeah, so dragon essence and helium. And we have helium. Or oxygen. Nice. Throw this into the imprinter. And back here. And there we go. And then make more than one. Just, never mind, I already broke it. Right here. Right there. Okay, so now we have a bunch of oxygen bees. Next step is nitrogen. We need hydrogen and oxygen. I don't think I have hydrogen, right? No. So, you mentioned it earlier, Jericho, but what do you mean by core? I don't know if I'm thinking of the right thing. Watery drone. Oxygen princess. Right here. Hydrogen. You are pristine. You go into here. There we go. You're still pristine. There you go here. There we go. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Isn't this, like, really hard to, like, deal with? I've never done nuclear fission. I've never used this reactor. How good is it? I know there's a whole cult behind it. Black hole seed. Opens a pseudo-stable black hole. The heck? It's probably something I'm going to play with later. Okay, so we have hydrogen, right? Yeah. Hydrogen and oxygen make nitrogen. I have a ton of oxygen bees, so I'm going to give it a drone and the princess. Look how fast we're breezing through the bees. Ignoble. Okay, so whenever we get ignoble, it's cringe. So I have to put it up here. Because I can't risk losing this ignoble bee. It's like an 80% chance to lose it. And you do not want that, so you need to get multiple copies of this guy. There you go. So we're going to get a couple of those nitrogen bees. And that's what the swarmer mode does. It just produces ignoble copies. And then those ignoble guys is what I use to try and get more bees. So I just need to get a pristine bee again. Return to this. So, I killed the bee. I don't know why I get genetic waste. The heck? Is that something with that the genetic imprinter just does? I don't know. Maybe it's a chance to kill the bee if it's a princess and not a drone. I don't know. We're looking for nitrogen princesses, and then I just pretty much try to get a good nitrogen princess going. All right, okay, so this is a really good nitrogen princess, and then I just need a any drone really would work. I guess what drone we have a ton of. Let's just do this one. It doesn't actually matter. Okay, so now they're both like really good stats, right? I'm looking for a nitrogen drone. I killed it. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're getting it back. Nope. All right, there we go. Got it back. And I'm about to lose my Oblivion frame. 5 million per reactor sounds pretty good. I never really played with that though. Okay. Nitrogen. I am looking for good drones, and these are it. Okay. We just need one drone. Next up, we have nitrogen. We need hydrogen, nitrogen to get fluorine. We don't have a princess we don't have a princess for this, so we have to make one. And I just honestly just keep using the rocky ones. It's okay. There we go. Then make sure that this guy has the best stats. And then try for a really good hydrogen bee. I think that's all we really care about, right? Yeah. And then you combine this, hydrogen and nitrogen, to make fluorine. There we go. And then because you are pristine, I am okay with throwing you in the imprinter right away. And then back out here to get some bees back. There we go. Next up, fluorine and redstone. I need a redstone bee. I have drones. I can just use a drone. You're pristine. Yes, you are. Everything else goes away. Fluorine, redstone. To make rare earth. Ignoble. You know what that means. I gotta put you in here. Then royal jelly. I can have an idea. Export bus, and then have like a drawer of this. Yeah. Oops. Oh, please. So the thing about this, like this stuff here, the royal jelly, is that if I give it like a stocking bus, the normal production is also going to consume it, and I don't want it to do that because I'm trying to use it for bee breeding. So I'm gonna export the stuff into a drawer here, so that I have easier access to the royal jelly. And I need the royal jelly because that is what this guy consumes. Let's give it some acceleration upgrades. There we go. And I guess while we're waiting for it to pick up, I can just manually put some in there. There you go. Okay, so you're going to give me some rare earth. No? Yeah, rare earth princess. Thank you. Then I want to put this into here. Okay, you've successfully worked, and then we need to give this iron drone to potentially get neodymium. So I'll just get any drone because I need a really good, strong drone. It can be literally anything. I just need any. It can be any B, doesn't matter. There you go. And then I should be able to throw you and you, trying to get a rare earth drone. Where's my rare earth? Oh no. This guy has a chance. Please. It's not that rare. Okay, I have a chance there. This one has a chance. I'm gonna throw everything else because I don't care. Bye. Okay, there we go. Getting rare earth back. Just to make it the best chance, one that is purebred rare earth. Throw the other stuff away. Oh, we lost it. There we go. Okay. I just need a drone that is rare earth. Yeah. Put everything back, and then I'm looking for an iron princess, which we have pristine stock already. I should be able to just put this in here. Nope, you don't like that. Throw you in here. And now you like it. Okay. And then combine the iron princess and the rare earth drone to get neodymium. Yeah. You're pristine. I can throw you in the imprinter. Get good stuff. Get some bees. Okay. Next step is hydrogen and to get europium. So we just need a drone, and that's pretty much it. Now this guy's where it gets funny because you need the actual this. So I basically need to put the apiary above, which isn't that bad, honestly. I just need to make sure that you're okay. So this guy doesn't really work, I don't think. No. So I'm going to put this in the imprinter. I killed the bee. Come on. Princesses don't like the imprinter, remember that. Killed the bee, that's fine. We can always just make more. I don't have a hydrogen princess right now. Nope. Okay, let's just try to make a princess. I just need a good princess here. It can be any of them. There you go. I need a good neodymium princess. Thank you. Okay, I got one. Now, because I'm going to breed it in the apiary, it should be... Okay, this is a good combo. And you should be able to work in both of them, I think. Yeah, you're a good bee, you're a good bee. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause that for a little bit. Break this guy. And the best way for me to get this, because I can't use the mutatron for this, I have to use an actual apiary. So the mutation chance is 1%, but I can increase it by using frames of frenzy. And I have 2 of them. That's it. And I guess a soul frame for the other one. Each one is going to use 1,000 LP per cycle. I need to make sure. Spam my blood orb for a little bit. I honestly don't know how much LP is in my network. It's been a while since I've done this. Divination sigil is right here. I have 13,000. I should be okay. I haven't really gotten that far into what do you call it? Blood magic. So it's very simple stuff. Okay, yeah, we got a good bee here. So I don't know if it's gonna work while it's running. I'm assuming it will. It's gonna either that it works or it blows up our entire base. I guess we'll see, right? Then neodymium and hydrogen. There we go. hope it doesn't go blowing up our entire base. That's also why, like, I try to force the none effect on them. No flowers. That's okay. It's kind of reasonable. Give you a grass block and a lavender, because that's what I like to use. Put you back here. Right there. So I will just replace the thing so it updates. And then hope and pray that it actually gives us the European chance. This is the right one, right? Compact Fusion Computer Mark 1 prototype. Pretty sure that's right. Okay. That's going to give us European. And that can be used to speed up this. Because it takes a while to craft it. Yeah, we're always running out of Europeum, so it would be a good idea to have this ready for us. And I can even take off the recipe for that also, I think is the idea. Yeah, 14,000 Europeum. That's going to take a while. Oh, we got Europeum. Easy. Okay. Next up, let's try to get these bees going. I need pretty much just a really good. I can just combine them, honestly. Right there. Okay, and then you're pristine. Throw you in the imprinter. There we go. So now this is a perfect bee for our purposes. I can just throw it back into here. So this guy goes here now. Now we have Europeum. Do I care about breeding some more? Not really. Not really. Let's get this going. So we're going to switch this to normal mode and then put all of our bees. Oh, I have to turn it off first. Hang on. Okay, there, and there. Okay. And then you can turn it back on, and we have Europeum. Okay. Turn that off because it's going to drain my power. So, what does a Europeum bee give me? Oh, we already have a lot of combs. Gives me ore. And this ore is going to be saved as Europeum dust. So, I pretty much just have to send it over here. Right there. Just like that. And I need a place to store all of this. It'll be in a 4096K storage cell. So Europeum goes here. And you go filtered over here. Just like that. And then filter this to Europeum so that if I get way too much, it'll get voided. And there we go. Okay. So now we have Europeum. And a good amount of it too. Yeah, 168 purified ore already. That's pretty good, actually. So we're going to be storing the Europeum directly. I'm going to cancel this recipe because we're not going to be producing molten Europeum in the fusion reactor anymore. So we're looking for molten Europeum and then Europeum ingots. We're going to be doing this a little differently. And then I think Europeum dust also does not need to be. Anything Europeum needs to be changed. That can stay. All of this can pretty much stay. All this can pretty much stay. Okay. So the molten europium is now going to be made in a fluid extractor, I think. Unless I can use dust here. No, ingot. Like that. Okay. Like that. So this is now going to be in a fluid extractor. Right there. And then for the ingot itself, I can use a multi-smelter for this. No, regular blast furnace. Yeah. And yes, I'm going to do 256 at a time. Blast smelter circuit 1. Right there. Okay. So if I try to craft some europium now, like ingots, it'll be much faster. I hope, at least I hope, yeah. Okay. If I try to craft molten europium, so much faster. It might take a while for our europium to build up, but it'll get there eventually. I actually had a good amount of this stuff just hanging out. Okay, so if I try to craft the compact fusion Mark II again, we're still missing 10,000 europium. We need some tellurium and cubic zirconia. Why? We had enough of it before. Where did it go? I think it might be stuck somewhere. Oh, it's probably because of the high durability compact steel. I think it's trying to craft some more. I don't know. Tellurium is a little weird though, because it just is. Gotta do something weird about this to get this. I forget what though. I don't know if I can get like tellurium directly. You're like literally the same block. What's going on? Cubic zirconia though. Oh, it's because of the magnetoresonantic dust. That's right. Where are you? I should probably be okay if I reduce the craft of magnetoresonantic. Yeah, I'm making way too much of this. Maybe do that much. Let's do this because I don't have a lot of tellurium available. This is circuit blank, right? This is circuit blank. So mixer UA0. Try now. There we go. I just need to craft some europium. Go for it. Which is going to slowly but surely build up. So we got the compact fusion, whatever, being crafted. And that's great. So this is, it's still going to take a while. I don't think we're going to finish it this episode. Yeah, we're not. We need 552 motors. That's not happening. That's exactly why. Oh, you know what? Maybe I do set up the component Assline, but never mind. I'm going to have to craft 43 of the other controllers of the casings. And that's also pretty expensive. I'm curious. Component Assline. So if I want to make CPM stuff faster, I need 43 of these casings. That's still too expensive. Yeah. I think we're better off just like waiting for all of the resources to get the UHV casings, and then from there we'll really speed up the pack. But I guess while we're waiting, there's some other things I can do, like trying to get the rest of the bees for the americium, because our final goal is americium. Well, really our final goal is cosmic neutronium, because we need this stuff. But to get cosmic neutronium, I have to get neutronium, which involves the americium. We already have lutetium and chrome, but I can't breed them because it needs the Mark II fusion controller. So we'll wait on that for a little bit. But we can probably get Nequadria, I think. Yeah. Does this just straight up give you Nequadria? No, it gives you the ore. Okay, you still have to process it. So let's try getting Nequadria. This is plutonium and iridium, which I know we have both. We have a pristine stock at least. Okay, so we want to get a good B. I'll turn on the world accelerator. There we go. And I don't know if that's a good B or not, but there you go. Then throw that in here. You need the... Yeah, you need the Oblivion frame. There we go. And I should be able to combine iridium and plutonium to get Nequadria. Yeah. You're pristine. Rinse and repeat. Pristines go into the imprinter. I killed the bee. This has never happened to me before. It's really weird. It's camera shy. It used to work perfectly whenever I wasn't actually here. Like when I was like off camera. I guess now it doesn't like it. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. Okay, we need to get a pristine princess going. Rocky. Rocky is always the test dummy. Alright, and then combine it with this guy. We're going to try and get a plutonium princess going. And then you should be okay, yeah. Rocky princess. Try to get a plutonium princess going on. It's B shenanigans. Plutonium, iridium, to give me Nequadria. This is pristine, so throw it in here to make it a good B. Why are you giving me genetic waste? I'm using advanced redstone receivers, but for some reason they always give a signal. You know what? They tend to be a little buggy. I don't know. Hang on, let me check here. What if it just doesn't like these bees? I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to make an iridium princess, and I need plutonium. Yeah, I'm running low on... Never mind, I have plenty of plutonium. The bee doesn't matter. Okay, I just need to give it a good iridium, good Rocky. I killed the bee. What's wrong with the Rocky bees? They keep dying. Okay. Iridium, plutonium. Okay. If it fails again, I'm going to be very unnerved. I don't know the right word for it. Effect unstable. I'm scared of that effect. I'm trying to get a good thing here. Okay, finally it worked. Okay, it has good stats. Now I can throw it in here, and now we have an Nequadria. I guess it was just a bad chance. That's fine. I won't complain about it. Okay, we have Nequadria, and then I just need Nequadria and Americium to get Neutronium. Okay, so we're pretty much waiting for this. No, I can still go Barnarda F and Neutronium to get Cosmic Neutronium. So we need to get Barnarda F, which also needs Neutronium, but we can use Barnarda. Okay. I don't know if I have Make. No, I think I have Thorium. I'm pretty sure I have Thorium bees. Yes, I do. So we need Make, which is Nequadria and Pluto. I know I have Pluto. And I just need a Nequadria. So I think 2.8. I'm assuming you're not running 2.8, but the next version of GTNH is going to fix a lot of the redstone advanced, the redstone cover stuff, is what I've heard at least. A really cool... Oh, you are using 2.8? Oh, then I don't know. Where's the Nequadria B? I just made one, didn't I? Okay, I'm confused. I know I just made an Nequadria princess. Where did you go? I didn't delete it, right? Where'd it go? I'm not going crazy, right? I'm scared. Where did it go? Backpack? Oh no. Someone clip it. You might be able to find what happened to the bee. I don't know what happened to it. I'm going crazy. Let's make a bunch of labware for this. I'm going to look up forestry here. Yeah, forestry. Maybe it's not showing up in the storage as Nequadria B, even though it is Nequadria B. I completely blanked wherever I put that B. It's gone. It's gone forever. Unless I put it up here for whatever reason. No, did I put it back here? No. I'm so lost. Where did that bee go? Here? Why are you here? Wait, no, it's not it. Oh, yeah, these are all the extra bees that I've been making. Okay, never mind. No, you don't belong there. Okay, something is stuck. You're stuck on something. Oh, you're stuck on all the immersium or energy because you have like 1 million of it you're trying to process. That's right. I'll let you run slowly but surely. No, I don't know where those bees went. I could have sworn that I had them. I know I just finished making the Nequadria. Where did you go? Where did it go? Or it's a queen. It was a queen, right? I might have thrown it in the trash by accident. That happens. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to make Nequadria again. Fine. Plutonium and that. Yeah, it's gone. Oh well. So we need plutonium again and iridium. Worked on my power and my entire base went shut down. That's definitely happened to me before. It's actually pretty funny. Let's use a random being like I don't even know what Valiant, not Valiant. These are kind of rare. Sure, manganese. It doesn't actually matter. I killed a bee. Majestic, sure. Killed it. Marshy. No, these bees are dying now for some reason. There we go. And then iridium. Okay. Okay. Okay, now you are iridium. I can throw you here with the plutonium to get Nequadria. Throw it here. There we go. And now we have a good Nequadria bee. And throw it back into the storage. Okay, that was a quest complete for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. I'm a little confused. If I try to search for Nequadria. Yeah, it's there. I don't know what happened to the first batch. I'm not going to complain. Anyways, we need to combine Nequadria Princess and a Pluto to get make. Easy. You're pristine. Throw you in here. Okay. Then make more than one. There we go. See, when it works pretty well. Next up is to combine this guy with thorium to get the next one, which is Barnarda. Make, and thorium to get Barnarda. And there we go. So now we have Barnarda. And then neutronium, which is what we're working on, because we need Nequadria and Americium. So I'm just waiting on Americium, really. How long does it take to craft this? It's going to be a little slow. A lot of liquid helium, but that's fine. A lot of europium that you're going to need. This is a pretty big recipe, honestly. So there's a couple of improvements I can make. And I think one of the first things I want to do is speed up our forming press, or maybe wire mill. No, not the wire mill. The forming press, the one that renames all the stuff, because that thing can be improved by a whole bunch. What about wafers? Laser engravers can be improved as well, among other things. Is the laser engraver stuck on something? Let's check that out. Anyways, actually, I'm curious now. What does the Barnarda stuff get us? Oh, yeah, it's unstable. Oh, wow, I didn't know you can get ingots out of that. Anyways. How are you doing? NPIC wafer. You're a little slow. How much water do I have? We have a good amount of water. I'm not too concerned about that. I can probably upgrade the vanadium gallium cable. Yeah. Let me check this out. How's your power? Power's doing okay. Iridium alloy ingot is taking a while to craft. This is something I can also add to the assembler. A lot of the times the assembler is pretty slow because it tries to craft one thing at a time. I can speed it up though. Thaumium dust. This is probably a better way to get thaumium dust, because right now what I do... Oh, you know what? DOB comb might be pretty interesting. I do need this for Infinity Catalyst, actually. And Infinity Catalyst is for stuff. Infinity. Kevlar. Let's work on this next. Why don't you multiply the pattern? That's what I do. It's just that I kind of come back to, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let's do this. I'm gonna multiply all the things that seem really slow. Europium is just gonna happen. Thaumium I can improve. Electric motors I can improve. Iridium alloy. All of the rename stuff I'll worry about another time. Advanced crystal chips. I can probably improve those as well. All of you can be improved. All of this stuff I might as well. Let's work on everything. Yeah, I'm aware of the universal automation issues with when it comes to that. It's probably best to just increase everything. Nether air is broken. What does that mean? I'm going to make a stack of motors at a time. I don't know if that's like a good idea, but I'm going to do it. Okay. And then iridium alloy ingot. I might as well make a stack of this, yeah. And this is circuit 3, right? Circuit 2. Right there. Thaumium dust. I can use either centrifuge or chemical reactor. Chemical reactor is a little faster now that I have the infused gold being automated. And IC2 coolant, we have like an unlimited amount of that. So I would just do, it's too much. Your chemical reactor, right? Yeah. Put this in a, what circuit? 0. Put this in a chemical reactor, circuit 0. Let me drink some water also while I'm looking for all my patterns. There's so many patterns. Look up semi-fluid nether air. I'm on 2.7, so I don't think I have the nether update yet. Are we rich yet? Pretty close, actually. How you doing, Precarious? So we were actually working on component ass machine, component Assline. Yeah. So I pretty much have everything ready for it. I have the controller, which is expensive. I have everything else except for the Assline casings. And I'm going to full send it and try to craft the UHV ones, like right off the bat. Full sending it. We can actually craft it. All of this stuff is just a waiting game. We have everything else. Everything's ready. It's just, we just have to wait for a while. And I don't want to wait. So, you know, UU matter is completely normal. We just have to speed it up. That's fine. Stem cells is passive. I'm pretty sure we already have this. I just have to increase the buffer. Cosmic neutrons is cringe. So I'm working on the cosmic neutronium queen, which you go down the list. It needs americium, which of course, compact Mark II, which we can actually craft. So I can craft it now because I've been doing pretty good on our resources. The europium, I just finished crafting europium B. This is just a waiting game. So we can actually do this now. Everything else is ready for it. But it's a little slow to craft, so I'm upgrading the recipes to do this. Took a Greg break to play some Project Nope Zone. I haven't heard about that. Speaking of other packs, I don't know if I mentioned it at this episode, but since the last one, I have beat Compact Claustrophobia. It's first pack I've excuse me, the first pack I beat in so long, and shameless advertisement, but if you click on my channel, it's the first video that pops up. But I finally beat that pack, and starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start recording Meatball Craft. I've been wanting to play that pack for a while, and I have a huge itch for 1.12 packs, and I'm excited to play it. So if you're down to clown with meatballs, there you go. Project Ozone 4. There's a 4th? I remember someone telling me about it, but I didn't know if that was legit or not. That's cool. I can throw that in here for right there. Okay. So helium has been upgraded. And then let's try to upgrade the 4x vanadium gallium cables. I'm going to make a stack of this at a time because I can. That's too much. Gas machine, circuit 0. Right there. It's a lot more like PO2 than PO3. Oh. Is it made by the same people? My naphtha backed up. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're trying to make this one laser engraver blue. Let's just make a stack at a time. Oh, upgrade it by just a little bit. I'm looking for laser engraver blue. Okay. Which makes no sense to me because that's a red item, but okay. That sounds like more naphtha than I have. I have 34,000. Waiting for another few upgrades. I figured that, but I need to play it because it's a pack that's been out for a while. It's not. I know it's not finished yet, but I feel like it's in a pretty good state. I've been keeping an eye on it. Oh, so you have played it. How's that going? Laser engraver red, I think. Yeah, red. Yeah, I've been really itching to play this pack. We'll make a stack at a time, by the way. Laser engraver red. Go right there. And PPIC wafer is a chemical reactor. And then it gets kind of dumb like GT and H. So I did drop by the Discord, and I pretty much asked there, like the very first thing I asked was I had mentioned that it's going to be my first time playing Meatball Craft. What can I expect? And people were like, "Oh, it's pretty good, but it's going to get grindy later on." But like, I'm a GT and H enjoyer. Nothing is grindy anymore. 64 at a time. I don't care. Well, that I can't fit that many items in here, so I can't even make that many. Never mind. No, I can't fit that many items. I can do this. I can really only make 8 at a time. I guess so, because you take full stacks. All right. And then I need chemical reactor blank, right? I'm pretty sure the recipe didn't really change, but okay. It's probably the same thing. So far, Nope Zone has been less grindy than PO2 and 3. I've never played PO2. I played PO3 with Capo mode. It was before Mythic mode was a thing. So laser, this goes into diamond, and I'm guessing this one also goes into diamond. Just increasing patterns here. Is there I know there's a faster way to increase patterns, but I don't really know how that works. It's like a pattern optimizer or something like that, right? Is that a thing? I've done 2 Kappa. I just realized what you meant by the sign Kappa. You've done 2 Kappa runs and 1 Mythic. They all got TPS locked there on the ectoplasm part. I can't do this at space ass. Absolutely gonna name the the interface whenever I get this space ass. This is laser engraver diamond. Should just make a whole ton because we make a lot of that anyways. ASOC wafers. Laser engraver emerald. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't care. Laser emerald right there, and then right here. That goes in the weird one. Make NAND memory chips. Oh, you know what? I can actually use americium wafers. Why don't I do this? This isn't an Ender Pro. Yeah. Let's just do that then. Yeah, sure. Make a whole bunch of you. I don't care anymore. Oops. Ender Pro right there. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let's try crafting the Mark II now. Hopefully I didn't break any of the recipes. Mark II Compact Fusion. So we're still waiting on Europium. That's fine. That's going to take a while. Ignore missing recipes and then go for it. And this should be a little quicker. There's probably some things I can upgrade to make this work a little faster. For example, well, liquid helium, how fast are you? Not too bad. We'll leave it running. So when you say ectoplasm farm, how do you do that? I don't think I've ever made one. I'm trying to remember what I did for Project Ozone. I don't remember an ectoplasm farm. We get Europium out of the something, right? A few hundred botany plots are a really fast mob farm. What did you do? Oh, this guy's been shut down forever. I don't even know what this guy's doing. Sodium dust and gallium hydroxide is probably what's going on here. I'm pretty sure I make this into whatever. But the idea here is to turn the europium oxide stuff. I guess I'll do this, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take out everything. This is an old system. I just have it turning europium 2 oxide, 3 oxide into europium dust. Just to get a little bit extra of this stuff, and then this gets sent into an electrolyzer. Pretty sure that's all this guy's doing, yeah. Okay, disable with redstone. Go ahead. Power yourself on. What are you talking about? You're connected, don't lie to me. Oh, that's because you don't have any europium, technically. Oh, well, that guy's there. Okay. Then they were super laggy on top of my other super laggy setups. I didn't technically finish Kappa mode, so I've only played it once. Any of the Project Ozone. No, I played Titan mode first before Kappa mode was fully released. But we didn't get very far, I don't think. I think we got up to Abyssalcraft, I think. I remember Abyssalcraft. I remember seeing the antimatter dudes. I forget what they're called. But then when Kappa mode came out, let me drink some water before I talk. Hang on. When Kappa mode came out, we got all the way towards the end. I think we made like 1 or 2 chaos ingots. And then we kind of just stopped playing because the singularity spam was getting kind of ridiculous. Hence, back then I did not have the patience that I do now. I absolutely would be able to do it now, right now. Yeah, like if I were to go back there, I would absolutely be able to do it. Okay, it looks like we got a lot to do, a lot of waiting around. You know, motors take a while. A lot of waiting around for this stuff. So pretty much what I will do is work on the DOB, the other queen. So I'm trying to get Kevlar as well. If I can get Kevlar, that'd be really good. Because miss me with Kevlar line. I don't really know how to do this. This looks like it's atrocious. Like once you start putting numbers in name and in like chemical names, you know it's not a good thing. So Kevlar it is. And for this we need oil and infinity catalyst. I'm pretty sure we have oil. We have oily. What's the difference? I can't use oily. It's literally the same thing, no? I guess not. You make coffee? Hell yeah. Nice. I can go for a coffee right now, honestly. All right, let's just continue down. I guess we'll get oily first. So I need coal and sticky resin. I don't think I have sticky resin. Nope. Sticky resin is slime ball and peat. I know I have peat. And I don't have slime ball because I've never done this before. Nope. So I'm going to need marshy. Got tons of marshy and clay. Perfectly balanced. There you go. And we are back with bee breeding because, you know, you guys love to watch it. Put a 4th cup of coffee in it. That's a lot of coffee. Marshy, clay, ignoble. You know what that means, right? I gotta mass produce this guy. May not have to though if you work. So you should work here, and I don't think you're gonna work in the desert. Never mind. Actually, you should work in the desert. Yeah, you should work in the desert. You just need to have a lily pad with you, right? Never mind. Okay, fine. We're going back to the breeding. So I need to turn this guy off. Disable machine. Wait for that to finish, and I should be able to take everything out except for the slime pool. We're going to go back to bee breeding. Okay. And then turn this on swarm mode. Put all of these guys back in their little cage so that they don't go flying all over the place. Right there. Okay. Then turn this on for a little bit. So I'm looking for slime ball queen. What does this give me? I'm curious. This thing gives a lot of stuff. Wow. There's sticky resin if I ever need it, and mossy comb for nothing. Okay, that's pretty good if I ever need slime for whatever reason. There it is. Okay. So ignoble. That was a quest too. I'm not gonna complain. Okay, we got the good bee. And then I'm going to need basically a princess. Yeah, I need a slime princess. Or actually a drone is just fine too, but either way we need to get a pristine version going. It can be any pristine bee. I can search for pristine, right? Something that preferably isn't really tough to get. Like tropical is a default bee, so I'll just do this one. Throw it in there. Alright, now we have pristine, and then I can try to get... Oh wait, no, I just need a drone. It can be in, like literally any drone. We'll use aluminum because I can. Yeah, okay. Then you can combine with you and you. And I'm trying to get a slime ball princess. Actually, a drone is just fine. Yeah, drone is fine. Then I try to get a Pete princess. There we go. So now we have Pete, slime ball. You get sticky resin. We're making progress. And it's pristine, so I throw it in the imprinter. We get a good bee. And now we have a bunch of this stuff here. There we go. Next up, combine it with coal. I know I have a lot of coal. And I have a pristine princess. That's all you need. I'm getting lots of quests now by accident. There we go. Pristine oil queen. Throw it in the imprinter. I killed the bee. All right, we got to try again. I don't know why it dies. I don't know why it dies if it's a pristine bee. Maybe it's like an 80% chance. No, like a 30% chance to downgrade to ignoble. And then it also an 80% chance to kill it. Is that how it works? It adds them both together? No idea. Let's combine you and make another sticky resin. I don't really know what it is. It's fine though. Need another pristine princess. Steel. Nah. Tropical. And there we go. I just need a coal princess. There it is. It does not have to be purebred because it doesn't matter. They don't care. Oil. There we go. Good oil bee. And now we have a bunch of oil. Next up. Infinity Catalyst. And that's not happening for a while. Infinity Catalyst is a weird one. Well, we can't even get it because we need Cosmic Neutronium, which needs Americium. So never mind. But I can get the DOB. I can get the DOB. It does not have a preference in the Mutatron, which is really good. Is this just a good thing to have? Because you can get, like, everything, right? How good is the DOB comb? Like, is it actually worth it to just set up 1,000,000 of this? Like, just cram this guy with DOB combs? Like, what doesn't it give you? Like, just the fact you can get regular Naquadah from this is really good. You can get straight up ingots from this too. There's got to be another way to look at all the outputs. Oops, I broke it. I don't know. I have 69 apiaries of them the second I bred them. I mean, I don't think I'm going to concern myself with them unless I really need to, but I don't think I need to. It seems like one of those bees that it really only makes sense if you have 1 million of them. So I need thalmic shards. I'm going to combine the RNS needed. I figured, yeah, I'm getting a lot of stuff other ways. Okay. I can pretty much make it already. I just need Naquadah and thalmic shards. Yeah, I can just make it. There we go. You're pristine. There we go. Okay, now we have a good amount. Don't break the Oblivion frames. Don't do that. That's kind of expensive. One day I'll bring my... I'll repair these one day whenever I feel like it. There we go. Now I have a ton of DOB. Which doesn't seem like I need it. And then if I want Infinity Catalyst, this would be pretty good to have too, because once I start getting the... Like, once I get into, like, more UEV stuff or other components, I am going to need help with Infinity. It's going to be super expensive. And that's not really a lot to to cover us. So I'm probably going to set it up. How are you doing? Surprisingly pretty well. It looks like you're just crafting, working on stuff on the laser engraver. Let's check on the laser engraver. Just in case, I'm going to give you a maintenance hatch because it looks like you're going to be working nonstop. So I'm going to turn this off for a little bit. Let you finish your wafers, and then we'll check on other things. Yeah, we got power. We're doing pretty good otherwise. So we have DOB. I just need a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Infinity Catalyst requires DOB and Cosmic Neutronium, which needs other stuff. I like how Kevlar is way back here. And also the other thing I should try to focus on is this guy, because it needs the elemental composer. So I don't know if I can craft it. I have it, never mind. I did craft it. It's not that expensive, right? Yeah, I crafted this a while back. All right, so we already have that guy. I'm already ready for it. I just need the actual the bee progress. Pretty much just waiting for Americium. And I feel like this might just be a good time to call the episode because it's kind of just a waiting game, honestly. So I'm going to be doing the bee breeding off camera, but once I get the Mark II compact, I don't think I'm going to set up the full compact thing yet. We don't really need it. But it might be something I'll look into. Actually, let's check it out. So what do I need for this? A lot of that. None of this is too bad. It might be this. It's kind of atrocious though. Mark II casing. I barely have Mark I. I forget that you can upgrade those. It's been that much. This is cheap. High computation station Mark III is kind of expensive. Yeah, I don't think we're ready for it. Well, I think we are ready for it, but I just don't want to deal with it. Either way, it's going to be an overnight craft because, yeah, we're gonna have to be waiting for this for quite a while. Otherwise, So plan for overnight. I've been playing the pack a good amount more off camera during the week, so that I can be better, more prepared for the streams on the weekend. And I need to do that now because where I'm at during the pack, everything is super expensive and everything likely takes more than a day to finish. So I'm gonna reserve most of the setup, like building machines, for the streams, but the actual crafting for them is going to be throughout the week. I think that's kind of the thing I want to do. So I guess what I can do before I head out is spend a little bit of time fixing some of my machines with auto tapings. So I'm gonna focus on everything in the power of tower first because all this stuff is always running like 25 hours a day. So you guys all need maintenance. Yeah, everything here is like broken already. All right, hope and pray nothing explodes, Jericho. Explodes. But yeah, that's just what I was thinking. It's gonna be a lot of downtime, and I'm trying to like work around that. That's just the nature of the pack. Trying to figure out what we can do in the meantime. And I remember asking myself this question a couple months ago, I think, is that once we get to the end game, how am I going to balance, the actual gameplay with the rest of the pack? For the streams. Because I largely only play GTNH for the streams, and then my Let's Plays are, different mod packs. So how am I going to make it interesting is actually kind of a tricky question. But yeah, lots of crafting over the weekend. So I'm going to try and finish up the Mark II, and then once I get this going, I'm going to make the Americium B, and then get Cosmic Neutronium Queen, get that crafted, which is going to give me a steady supply of Cosmic Neutronium, I imagine. Let me double check here. Like, what does this give me? Yeah, it just straight up gives me the comb. Never mind, I can't do anything with it. Wait. I just assumed you can just throw it in a centrifuge and you get the Cosmic Neutronium done. No, never mind. Okay, we can't do this. I'm still gonna make the Americium B, though. I need that. Man, I was on my own tangent and everything. Yeah, this isn't happening. Kevlar B. Is this something we need the DTPF for or something? Yes. But you get the nuggies from it, right? At least you get the nuggies. And you can use this for Kevlar. Okay, that's good at least. That's really funny though. I'm probably gonna store it as molten Kevlar, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna store it as molten Kevlar. And then we use this basically wherever we feel like. Okay, change of plans. I am not gonna end the episode. So the other idea of me getting Cosmic Neutronium was just building another biblically accurate centrifuge. Very similar to the one I did for the bacterial vat stuff. I tore that down, but we don't really need it anymore. And maybe I'll do that here. So I'm going to set up a couple other centrifuges, maybe right here. How far back can I go? I don't know how many channels I have actually over here. This is already max channels. I really only have one channels to spare, so no, I can't do that here. I'm going to leave that there. We have a bunch of centrifuges, so let's set up a whole bunch of them. 8? Let's do it. I need the Cosmic Neutronium. And you're all going to be running UV power. I don't care. Yeah. We need the Cosmic Neutronium. So what I'm going to be doing is setting up a biblically accurate industrial centrifuge and centrifuging the black plutonium wherever it is. I have a ton of it, don't lie to me. Yeah, 4 million of this. Now, I don't know if it's better off like centrifuging like this or just focusing on making these neutronium guys, neutronium collectors, because this is actually, that might be the better option, right? Should make a bunch of those, but I'm gonna have to world accelerate every single one of them. So if you think about this, this one is making 1 cosmic neutronium per second, and it's using ZPM power, right? But if I check this guy, it's about the same speed. A little faster, but this is also consuming like 6 amps of UV. But it is powering 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. No, I think it's faster to use a centrifuge. We'll try it. Might as well. It doesn't hurt, right? I'm going to... I might just put it here, honestly, because this isn't really being used for much else. We'll put it here. I'm going to have to rip apart this guy, though. Yeah, we'll put it here. We have a good amount of channels otherwise. Why did you start? I don't know. I don't think I need E. coli or bacterial vat stuff right now. I don't think so. I'm just going to rip it apart. It made the uh-oh sound that it's out of power, and then I broke the controller and cut off. That's funny. I didn't seem to respond to you, Jericho. Sorry about that. I was in a train of thought. But you got the core going? Is that something you can reliably made? Again, I don't really know how the IC2 fusion for fission reactors work. I've never done it before. But 5 million EU a tick is not bad at all. So how long does the fuel last? That's a lot of names. A lot of words, sorry. 27 hours. That's okay, that's actually pretty good. Maybe I'm missing out on this. And what do you do with the depleted stuff? You centrifuge it and you get a bunch of stuff back. You get a quad fuel rod, depleted an aqueduct, and you can centrifuge it again for a bunch of stuff. Actually, not too bad. Wow. You're onto something. Maybe IC2 fusion might be IC2 fission. It might be a good thing to do. Not at this point of the pack, I don't think, because I think it's like mainly up to LUV or something like that. I don't really know. I'm just gonna rip apart everything. Yeah, I'll deal with all the consequences later. You're about to hear a bunch of noises of me trying to pick up stuff, by the way. Okay. Right there. Let's throw everything back in storage. I mean, I'm in early LUV, so that's absolutely really good, yeah. And was it tough for you to set it up? I've always told myself that the next playthrough I do is going to be like only solar, and it's gonna really force me to like spend the time to upgrade my machines, because I need to. You need to upgrade a ton for this to work. Like the solar is actually very expensive, but isn't there going to be a designated solar crafting multi-block soon? I think it's going to avoid a lot of the 9x9 crafting, the extreme crafting table. That's what I've heard, at least. It'll fit, actually. I can fit a 8 of them, but I just have to move it 1 block to the left, I think. So it's not gonna, well, it's gonna be centered, I think, but not how I want it to be. That's fine. Right there. So if I do this, this bad boy can fit so much black plutonium into it. Yeah, there it is. Biblically accurate centrifuge. Then I need some view. Okay, then I should be able to put it like right here, right? Yeah. This is the same centrifuge setup that I did for the all of the bacteria stuff, but I'm just going to use it for black plutonium instead. And we did the math. I should have enough black plutonium because we have 4 million of it, and I can estimate about 3 million of that to turn into cosmic neutronium, which is more than what we need. I only need like 700,000. So we should be good after all of this gets set up. Where's my wand? I didn't cheat it. Promise. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. So we just need 2 maintenance hatches. I'm going to steal one from one of the machines that I fixed because I don't want to wait to craft another one. Probably one of you guys, honestly. Yeah, you. You're never running. There you go. Okay, so we have 2 of you. And going to share you. So these 4 are now repaired. Yeah, these 4 are repaired, and then the other 4 are going to be repaired right here, I think. And then get a bunch of mufflers. I'm going to give them 1 muffler each because it looks cool. So you get a muffler on the top center of each of your blocks. Like that. Muffler. That's not where the muffler goes, right? No. No, oops. They're supposed to go over here. Yeah, okay. You're supposed to do like this. Sorry. Yeah, like this. There we go. There we go. Muffler, 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 and muffler. There you go. So now you guys are all built. Yeah. All repaired. Okay. And then it's like connecting all of the power stuff. So each one is going to get its own UV energy hatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to rip the cables here because I don't need these guys plugging in right now. Each one will get their own energy hatch, and I will put them on the center block right under the actual controller. Right there. Right there, right there, right there. There, there, and there. Okay, let's get a transformer for each of those. Transformer. Make sure they all face downwards because it's very easy to place them like this where it doesn't face downwards and I blow up my machines. Alright. They all look the same? Yes, they do. Let's get some HSSS cable. And start connecting everything. Connect them 2 down. Because this isn't this is a UHV connection here. We should have enough power. I didn't think about it actually. This is considered 2 amps of UHV power. I think we're okay because we have 16 amps. And there's like, yeah, we should be okay. I guess one way to find out, right? Oops. Good thing there wasn't a UV machine right there. Would have blown up. Okay. Connect all of you guys. Right there, no explosions. No explosions. You'd love to see that. Oh, probably because there's nothing connected. If I connect it now it's going to blow up. No, I'm kidding. No explosions. There we go. Okay, so now you guys are all connected to power. Now I need to interface all your stuff. So I'm going to give you 2 stocking buses. Both of them are going to be having the black plutonium and sharing with each other. So this guy can be the one that shares between these 4. And this one can be the one sharing with this group of 4, like that. Just like that. And then you're going to be outputting all your items. Just need an output bus here. We can use the simple one. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't want to just store too much stuff. So I'm going to do it anyways. And then, how the heck can I share them all between all 4? I can't really use this up here because they're busy. Sounds like I think I'm going to need 4 in total. Yeah, let's just craft a couple of you. I guess you're not taking up anything? Yeah, it looks like you're just waiting on the laser engraver. So as long as I don't use the laser engraver, you should be okay. Okay. So where am I gonna put this stuff? It'll be. So I need 4. So 1, 2. These 2 will share. And then these 2 will share. And that should be connecting to all 8, I believe. Because it's going to share with the left and right. Yeah. Full trust. I've done this before, I promise. Yeah, this guy's going to craft overnight. I'm going to let him craft. Oh, this also gives me europium 3 oxide. That's just more europium. Okay. Can probably use that to get the rest of the europium I need. I'll just leave that there though, because we have a chemical reactor doing that anyways. Alright, we're still waiting on those to finish crafting. You might be stuck because you're trying to craft a lot of things in that assembler. Yes, absolutely what's happening. I don't think you're gonna let my stuff finish crafting, so I'm going to cancel you. Okay, and there it finished. I'll start the craft whenever I'm finished. So we go back to the biblically accurate centrifuge. 1, 2. And 1. Oops. 1 and 2. Just like that. Get myself some cables. I should have the channels for this. I can always check over here. 21. We only need 6 channels. Should be good. Just like that. Okay. So if I try to turn on all of them, or let's just turn on one first. Batch mode. There you go. There's our cosmic neutronium being produced by the boatloads. So it looks like each one is going to give me about, I'm going to assume 3 per second. And let's just guess 3 per second. Yeah. 8, so that's what, 24 per second? And I need 750,000, just to round it. Divide by 3 per second. That doesn't seem like a good number. 250,000. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. 250,000 seconds. Divide by 60. 4,000 minutes. Divide by 60 for hours. 69 hours. Nice. Divide by days. 3 days. All right. I mean, that's going to finish over the week. So it works out. I'm going to leave it like that, but that should be enough of the cosmic neutronium we need. Plus, it's going to be a little faster also because we do have this little small setup going. How expensive are neutron collectors? That's another thing I can think about. They're a little pricey. That's the thing I don't want to do. It's a lot cheaper to just spam centrifuges instead of crafting these because UHV circuits are pretty pricey. Yeah, I'm not going to make that guy though. Yeah, the other option is to make a world accelerator actually. I didn't think about that, but I can also make the UHV world accelerator. If I do open that guy and then is there no UHV one? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Is there no UHV equivalent to the world accelerator? Probably not, because at that point it's just too fast. I don't know. Time. Actually, what's a good normal? What is this? No, I don't think there is. It doesn't look like it. Unless I search up like TE mode. I guess not. Oh well. So another option to increase the cosmic neutronium is just to spam more of this with more of these guys. But I'm going to rely on pretty much this for that. And then once we get enough cosmic neutronium for the component assembly line, we can continue on. Okay. I think for now I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. It's about a good time. The rest of it is going to be a waiting game. So one of the things I will craft, the first thing I need is americium. So we need the compact fusion Mark II. Let me actually double check this before I do, because I'm trying to get this thing to craft. Yeah, so this guy's crafting really slow. I think I'll deal with this tomorrow, because I think what I can do to fix this is just set up another chemical reactor, which shouldn't be too bad, but we'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and just craft the computer Mark II. Of course, you're not going to work. There we go. So this guy's crafting. I'm not going to craft anything else. We're just going to leave this running. And then I'll come back tomorrow, check on this. And then we should be ever so closer to the MRCMP. This is all going to be done off camera. And I should have, by next week, hopefully have a good amount of stuff for the component ass machine casings. It's still very expensive, but I'm going to be working on it off camera. And hopefully by next week we'll make some good progress. It's a shame though that I can't use the cosmic neutronium yet, because yeah, this is a DTPF recipe. We're not here yet. Oh well. Crude catalyst. Ugh. Yeah, this stuff's expensive, but technically I can actually craft this now. Wow. Yeah, I can craft this now, I think. Mark 1. This is Mark 3. Yeah, we can do this. Can't do anything with it, but I can craft it. And then an excited dimensionally transcendent crude catalyst. The heck are you? Stargate crystal slurry. Now I'm scared. Yeah, okay, we're getting there. Getting to the end game. Go ahead and call the episode here. Okay. I appreciate everyone's time and support. I will be playing again, streaming again next Friday if things go well. I didn't get to stream yesterday, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I got pretty busy at work. I had gotten out like at 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream. So things happen. That's just the nature of the work I do. Sometimes I stay very late. Most of the time it's pretty good though. So I wasn't able to stream yesterday. And tomorrow is going to be I'm gonna try to do some recording, the first episode of Meatball Craft. We'll see how that goes. So keep an eye out on the YouTubes if you want to see some Meatball Craft action. Anyways, for now, have a good night, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Take care. See ya.